Okay, so Charlie has a lot of opinions about Burmese pythons. So what they're going to try to do is tell you everything that they can in 3 minutes or less, and I will be timing it. Charlie, take it away.
Okay, great. Hey, we're gonna talk about Burmese pythons today. So, story time, there was a snake and it lived in Florida because lots of bad things happen in Florida. You should know to start. I have historically been afraid of snakes. I'm telling you this because we're talking about really big snakes. So if you're afraid of big snakes, you might want to look away. So in 1992, Hurricane Andrew hit Florida and it seriously fucked shit up. Before that, Florida was importing a ton of snakes from Southeast Asia. So during the storm, there was a breeding facility and it blew the roof off this storm. And so there were like 300 maybe snakes that were released into the Everglades. Here's the thing, pythons are an apex predator. They've started eating the crocodiles. Before that, the crocodiles ran the Everglades. So snakes this big, these constrictor snakes, they haven't existed in North America for millions of years. So the bunnies are like, oh my God, was that a big friend? And they're all getting eaten. Like 77% of all of the mammals in the Everglades are being eaten by these pythons. But it's their ideal habitat. They made their way into the Everglades. It's wide, it's shallow. They're having a great fucking time. And it's not their fault that they were brought here from Southeast Asia and they found their perfect home. So since then, they've grown to 10,000 to 100,000, maybe snakes, because they're super great at hiding. They can be under the water for like 30 minutes at a time. Each female carries 60 to 100 eggs, and nobody knows how many females there are because we can't track them. It's cool though, because since 2017, they've captured 6,000 of the snakes out of 100,000 maybe, but it's cool because there's not 25 elite python hunters that are employed by the state of Florida, and they give prizes by the foot in python kill games. Then you have all these guys who are doing all of this ecological work and they're learning things about pythons that no one's ever learned before, like the fact that python ancestors have walked on all fours. So people in Florida are freaked out about the snakes because nobody knows how many there are. They're eating everybody else and they're definitely not going anywhere because they're super happy to be there. But here's the thing, it's not that their fault that they made it to the Everglades because they found their forever home. Imagine if you were eating at your beachfront dream home and somebody came in and shot you with a bolt gun. But it's not their fault because they're squatters, right? And here's what's most fucked up. The place that they were imported from, Southeast Asia, they're endangered. And researchers there are trying to get money and they can't to try to save them. And people in Florida are being paid to shoot the snakes. So here's my point. If you import that many snakes, 99,000, and then you're surprised when they get out, take over your ecosystem and eat all the bunnies, you shouldn't be surprised. Turns out they can also swim long distances. So they're getting up to Georgia and probably everywhere else in the United States, which we were all horrified to learn. So what I'm really saying here is fuck Florida. Curtain.